Hello, and thank you for joining me today. We are going to discuss the Computer Science and Cybersecurity Integration Plan that comes with House Bill 1398. To follow along with this presentation, you can take out your smartphone and scan the QR code you see listed on your screen, or you can open a new browser and type in the following link listed on the screen. Please note that this link is set to expire on April 24th. Please stop the video now to enter that URL or to scan the QR code with your device. As you may be aware, computers and software are changing everything that we do every single day, whether that's composing a message, contacting a loved one, or maybe getting a hold of your colleague. Technology has become a staple in our society that is going to influence generations to come. Now, the beauty of all this is no matter what device you have, there's always some way to leverage technology to help make your idea come to life or to find something that makes your day just a little bit easier to do. In a survey conducted by code.org, they have found that students enjoy the subject area of computer science and engineering just as much as arts and the performing arts. As you can see there, roughly 54% of students find this to be engaging and exciting, as opposed to your traditional classes of a science, English, or math. Now, I'll just let you know I was one of those students. Yes, there is a time and place for history and math, but those hands-on activities that I craved as a student were the ones that drove me to this kind of subject. This slide here and the couple that follow are just simple screenshots that I've taken over the last several months to show you the growth of computer science careers that are available in North Dakota. As you can see here, last summer at the end of July, there were roughly 1,200 jobs available in North Dakota with the average salary of $73,000. Also at that time, roughly 44% of high schools were offering computer science in some capacity to those students. And of those that took up computer science as a undergraduate, were able to complete their studies, and our state graduated roughly 177 of them. Fast forward to the end of October, we roughly came up. Fast forward to the end of October, we roughly kept about those same number of job openings, same number of high schools offering classes, and about the same number of graduates. But you'll notice that the average salary did increase from $73,000 to roughly $80,000. So there is a need for this career, as you can see here, from a salary standpoint. Now, just as I'm recording this today, you'll notice that there are roughly 600 jobs available in North Dakota. That average salary has stayed about the same, about $80,000. But now you can see we have more high schools offering computer science to those seniors and juniors. And roughly the graduation rate from those universities that we have has stayed about the same too. Now, this impact that we've seen from last summer in July to today, you can see that the job market has grown, but it's also kind of even out just a little bit. As you can see that there are folks filling those roles across our state to help us in any sort of technology aspect. Now, the high schools that are offering this has increased due to an impact of House Bill 1398, which we'll talk on here in just a minute. Now, just here's a now you will see. Now you'll see just a quick breakdown of the demographics of the students that are taking a part of these computer science classes. You can see that roughly 3/4 of our student population are white Caucasian, about 10% are Native American, and then the remaining amounts are African American, Hispanic, Asian, and so on. Now, these are all great demographics and numbers, but we want to see a more equal playing field as time goes by. So all students, no matter the demographic or area of the state that they live in, are getting access to this wonderful tool that can help pave the way for students in their careers down the line. And along with that too, computer science should be and currently is um, a no holds bar kind of career path, because no matter your background, there is a need for computer science. With my role inside of EduTech, I do a lot of the training and outreach to schools in North Dakota. There are folks that I work with inside of NDIT that can do more crazy and wonderful things with computers than I could ever have dreamt of. Now, I also know that since they do work with me inside of NDIT, I should trust them. But they come from many different backgrounds. And I am very thankful for their help and support for days that I'm having a troubled experience with technology. So again, there is a need for this out there, and it doesn't matter your background. If you have the skills and expertise and passion to learn this, students are encouraged to move forward with that, hopefully as a career as they get older. Lastly, here is just a quick breakdown of how our state compares to the offering of computer science versus the other 50 states. You can see there we're in roughly the bottom quarter of the lineup. If I did my math correctly, we were ranked 37th or 38th out of 50 states. So as you can see from our neighbors around us, Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Minnesota, we're roughly in the middle of the pack. So that's an awesome place to be. But as time goes by, we want to see that number grow, and hopefully we are up there with the top 10% of the nation. So I'm sure you're wondering, how do we get our teachers to be able to lead lessons and activities, maybe have a coding club or robotics club in our districts? Well, the first place to start is looking within your existing staff of your district. EduTech offers professional development opportunities at little to no cost, and our subject matters will be listed here in the coming slide. But just know that we have opportunities for staff to learn more about computer science and integrate it into their classrooms. Bismarck State College has a computer science cybersecurity program that anybody is free and welcome to join. The Ignites ND conference is another great opportunity for educators. This is a K-12 conference focused on technology in the classroom. This year, it'll be hosted on June 4th through the 6th at the BSC campus in Bismarck. Now, just know that space is becoming limited as I record this today, but staff are encouraged to visit that website, register. And a little fun fact here, DPI is offering a promotion code to help waive the And fun fact, DPI is offering a promotion code to help waive the registration of $149. So if you encourage your school staff to sign up today, they should be able to get in with this promotion code. And just know that if staff have to pay the $149 registration fee, it does help provide breakfast and lunch for all 3 days. It will also help you obtain a dorm room at the BSC campus should any neighboring hotels be all booked up for the conference. And plus, it turns the lights on and helps our staff be there as well. And lastly, if your school district is offering career and technical education classes, there are CTE endorsements available that your staff can obtain. And if you have questions about that, please contact their office to learn more. Now, another couple places to find additional instruction for your staff to help them lead computer science or cybersecurity lessons would be also reaching out to the Center of Distance Education. EduTech has helped develop 2 courses for them, the Intro to Cybersecurity Part 1 and Intro to Cybersecurity Part 2. Those are great classes to take that are all done online. So your students and staff could access this curricula for an entire school year to help earn that 1 credit towards graduation, which we'll talk about here in just a second. But the Center of Distance Ed also has some other computer science classes that you can look at as well. And lastly is the Microsoft Teals program. This program is sponsored by Microsoft. It's at no cost to schools in North Dakota and the nation. So the great thing about the Microsoft Teals program is they will pair your instructor in the classroom with an industry professional who does computer science on the daily basis. So the idea is if I was that teacher and I was a part of the Teals program, I will be partnered with this industry professional to help begin introducing and leading lessons in my classroom. So for the first calendar year or school year, this professional and myself as the teacher would split the role roughly 80% to 20%, meaning they would lead the lessons for roughly 80% of the time, and I would be the facilitator kind of helping out in the room for the 20% of the time. As the next school year progresses, we would split the roles 50-50. So I'm leading half the time, and so are they. And then as the program wraps up in the third year, I will take on 80%, and that industry professional I've been partnered with would take on the remaining 20%. And so the idea is I will be coached and mentored starting the program. Once I feel comfortable to begin leading lessons, I'll be doing so with kind of training wheels on. And then at the end of it all, I'm the one as the teacher in the classroom leading the lessons with getting some coaching in the background from my partner professional. So let's talk the timeline here. So as I mentioned this fall, during this school year, the 2023 to 24, high schools are to be providing instruction in computer science and cybersecurity in some way. It is also advised that elementary schools and middle schools also be doing this as well. So the idea is when your high schoolers are getting ready to graduate, they have an idea of how computer science somehow works, whether that's in the field of industry like oil and gas, manufacturing, agriculture, retail, the list kind of goes on. There's technology being used in almost every industry that you can think of. And by giving those students those skills and understandings, they can hopefully have those discussions with their IT professionals or support staff to figure out a solution or to help describe a problem in a manner that helps resolve it in a timely fashion. At the elementary and middle school levels, by introducing these concepts to students, they are hopefully going to be piqued and maybe taking up a career, or at least, again, developing those skills for understanding so they can understand how the technology pieces work, the tools that they're being provided in the classroom, and so forth. Now, to make this easier in the world of a parent, we can use simple terms or catchphrases with our kids. So as an example, my 2-year-old and 5-year-old know that when myself or my wife or mom and dad say brush teeth, that generally means we should walk down to the bathroom, get our toothbrushes ready, and get ready for that process or step in the morning routine. And then if there's some sort of hiccup as mom and dad, right? I don't want to get dressed. I don't want to brush my teeth. Well, that's kind of like an error message on the screen that you may experience or a bug in the system. And we as a parent have to figure out how to fix that and encourage our kids to get ready for the day. So that's kind of, again, the idea at the elementary, middle school level is giving those kids those concepts, giving some understanding of what should happen. And hopefully, if they like this kind of class going forward, they may take up a career afterwards. Now, for the 24-25 school year, which is coming around the corner here, your integration plan needs to be approved by the school board. So school districts are being asked to develop their own integration plans and present it to their school boards. Some school districts are looking at the various computer science cybersecurity standards that have been developed since 2019 to figure out what it is that the students should be able to learn as they progress from elementary through high school. So again, at the elementary, middle school level, you're practicing those concepts. So how to log in, what is an algorithm, how do I fix a bit of code to make something happen? And then as the students progress through high school, if they're taking any CTE classes or those standalone computer science classes, we're preparing them for a life of using technology after high school. Now, again, as a reminder, for the upcoming school year, 2024 to 25, the school board needs to approve the integration plan. It doesn't necessarily need to be completed. Now, as we look at the July of 2025, so at the end of July, your school district should be able to offer a course of computer science, cybersecurity that meets the graduation requirements. Now, those classes could come in the form of a math class or a science class. So you can pair those together. And then as you look forward into the school year, that's where students will be completing that one credit to graduate. So whether that's a standalone course, or if you do the integration plan piece, meaning you're working on having your students take a dedicated class that has these requirements built into it, they can also graduate at the same time. So as an example here, if we look at the next slide, here's just a quick breakdown of what that should look like for an integration plan. So in grades K through 5, your teachers are introducing these lessons and ideas to your students. So again, they're having an understanding and base level knowledge of how technology kind of works. When we get to the middle school level, students are probably more piqued and want to learn more on, let's say, how their favorite video game works, or how does the internet work, or if they love a various form of an application like social media or a game, maybe they want to create their own, or maybe they want to create a tool that can help better the world. Okay. Now, if they don't take that course, you can still do the integration plan. I mean, there's some course already involved that is taking on these computer science roles. So as an example, maybe that's your library and media specialist, maybe that's your English teacher, maybe that's your math teacher, or maybe your science teacher, because you can work in the concept of an algorithm by doing some simple algebra. You can work on integrating the tools of writing a research article or paper by finding resources online that are valid, also taking into account any copyright laws or things of that nature to make sure that you are, sharing your original idea. And the list kind of goes on from there. When we get to the high school level, this is where we kind of have a bigger net to cast to help make sure students are getting these skills. So in grades 9 through 12, they can take a standalone computer science course, something along the lines of introduction to programming, web design, maybe a robotics class. The list kind of opens up there. If your school district offers a CTE course, for example, if your student takes up welding or an agriculture class, or maybe a computer science class that's CTE recognized, students are getting those standards and activities already built into those pathways. So as an example, I liked the automotive world in high school. I took an automotive class. So your technicians today, if you were to go to a dealership or even a standalone body shop or repair shop, those technicians are going to be using their technology tools to help diagnose your vehicle to figure out the problem before they begin to repair it. So again, that's just one of many examples I could give today. With the integration side of the high school plan that you have, the idea is take a standalone course, still do that CTE course if possible, right? And again, those CTE courses do have those computer science lessons becoming integrated into those various pathways. But the other side of this would be the general education courses. So where else are you going to have computer science added? As an example, if I was a student who wanted to be in the medical field after high school, let's say that's to be a nurse or a doctor or something along those lines, I might be that student who hangs out with a lot of the science classes and not leaving me a lot of time to take this standalone course. So an idea would be to integrate it somewhere else. Where would I, as the student, get this integration? That could be in, let's say, a financial literacy course. Maybe it's in an English course, right? Where is that class getting those integration pieces of computer science? And if I fulfill that class and that need, then I would graduate on time with my peers. So again, that's another way to look at this too. Now let's talk briefly on the computer science cybersecurity credentials that are being offered from DPI. So as a reminder, EduTech is an approved DPI partner to provide professional development learning classes for staff that are in in preschool through high school. And the classes that we offer do help them obtain what is called the Computer Science and Cybersecurity credential. Most of our classes will stay within the level 3 and level 2 areas. And our coursework has also been recognized by Bismarck State College towards their stackable credentials. So what this means here on the screen is for me as the teacher to obtain this credential, I want to start at level 3, which means I've taken 15 hours of training from EduTech, or maybe I went to the BSC campus and enrolled in a class there too. It does count. But the idea is with a level 3 credential, I have to have 15 hours of training to begin integrating this content into my classroom. Now, as I continue my path on adding these computer science pieces or cybersecurity, I will take more classes to obtain the level 2, which is 40 hours plus of training. Now, along with that too, that could be 6 credits, let's say from BSc in this example, but this would help me become more comfortable and confident in leading not only those introduction level activities, but also the intermediates. Now, along with that, there is a couple of MISO 3 codes that help me as the teacher, let's say, lead a math class or introduction to programming class, maybe introduction to web design class. Those would be those things that would come with that credential. Now, for any of your teachers that take on a level 1 credential, that means they have 200 hours plus of training. They have maybe 15 credits of computer science, and they should really be confident in leading almost any computer science class for your district. Now, again, as a reminder, most of the things that we will be offering from EduTech will help staff get the level 3 or level 2 credential. But it's encouraged that if you have any staff that are wanting to obtain that level 1 is to please support them. BSC has a wonderful program, and they are willing to work with any teacher in North Dakota to help them get this credential, especially the level 1, if they truly want it. So on the note of the EduTech classes, here's just a quick breakdown of the things that we are offering as I speak. Any of your staff or students who love the world of Minecraft, Minecraft has actually dedicated itself to a complete education platform. They have wonderful computer science lessons, which myself and my colleagues have led across the state, especially in the last several months. Along with that, there are 2 classes coming. Don't tell anybody, but we're going to offer a Minecraft in artificial intelligence and also a more cybersecurity focused class in Minecraft. So that's pretty cool, right? Now let's talk on code.org. EduTech is a regional partner with code.org. My colleagues and I are the facilitators for our state. We can offer PD opportunities for your staff. Myself and my other colleague in the Fargo area are the computer science fundamentals facilitators. We can come to your building and train your staff in grades K through 5 or 6 on how to begin using the code.org curriculum in the classrooms pretty much the day after the workshop is complete. We also offer what is called the CS Discoveries, which is for grades 6 through 10, and also the CS Principles, which is for grades 9 through 12, along with an advanced placement course that comes with it. Now, any staff who want to take these workshops do not have to be a computer science master. If you have the passion and you want to help the students, that's all you need to enroll in these courses. And our facilitators, which are my colleagues, will help your staff, your teachers, be able to lead these lessons using this curriculum when they return back to the classroom. Now, on a side note, the CS Discoveries and Principles workshops are held every summer for a 5-day period. This summer, those 5 days are going to be at the end of July to early August, and details for how to sign up will be offered at the end of this PowerPoint. So just know that the CS Discoveries and Principles is going to be a 5-day commitment. Out of those 5 days, the first day and the last day, day number 5, are going to be done in a virtual setting over Microsoft Teams. Days 2, 3, and 4 are going to be held in person, held in person at the Jamestown Middle School. Now, the last option we have here is cyber.org. EduTech is also a regional partner with cyber.org, and we offer all of those courses listed on the screen. All of them can be done asynchronously by registering on our website, and your staff will obtain roughly 8 hours for any of those courses you see listed on the screen that can be used towards the credential and also professional development credit as well. Same with the code.org and Minecraft lesson that I talked about earlier. Those are also available for PD credit. Now, on the note of cyber.org too, with those courses I mentioned, they're done asynchronously. We can also work with your school administration to bring those same workshops to your staff and have them held in person as well. We would just ask that those school administrators reach out to us. We can work with them to make those classes come to life in your district as well. Now, on the note of CTE, we're going to just take the next slide here to talk about the endorsement pieces. So if your district offers CTE courses, they do have courses available for endorsement that align with the course code 27, let's say 100 or 1,000, excuse me, 27,000. All of those are helping get your staff qualified to help teach these classes under the written law that was came from House Bill 1398. Know that the application process is open and available. Visit the CTE website with the website link listed there on the screen, or you can contact their office as well to look at what classes are available to get those endorsements. Next year, we're going to talk about the implementation plan. EduTech is a partner with CS for All. My colleagues and I are facilitators that can help lead what is called their script workshops to your districts. Now, before we talk about that, just understand that CS for All's mission is to offer high quality computer science to all ages, grades K through 12, and to give the skills and tools they need to be successful, whether that's a path after high school in the career field that they choose, or if students choose to go on to a college or local university, we want to make sure that they have those skills to hopefully pursue maybe a career after that. Now, the SCRIPT program here stands for the Strategic CS for All Resource Implementation Planning Tool. That's what SCRIPT means. And to put it in a nutshell, what's going to happen is during a 2-day, 4-hour workshop, so 2 days, 4 hours apiece, we can do this workshop for your district. And we look at the various areas here. So for example, materials and curriculum. What is it that your staff are currently using in the district for materials and curriculum? Is it code.org? Is it cyber.org? Is it something else that your district is using? We then also look at the leadership capacity. Do you have administrators that are supporting this? Do you have school board members supporting computer science? Do you have built-in champions of teacher leaders that are helping promote and cheerlead this wonderful opportunity? Also, what kind of partners are available in your district? That also pairs with the community piece, which I'll talk on at the same time. So as an example, partners. Well, EduTech is a state partner with your district. We can come and help train your staff. Your staff can take our workshops. You may also partner with DPI to find additional resources, or maybe local or surrounding community colleges, such as Lake Region State, Williston State, Dickinson State, Bismarck State, just to name a few, right? But also from there, what other resources do you have? Not only at the state level, like EduTech, local colleges, DPI, do you have community resources? So as an example, in Western North Dakota, Baker Boy is an automated factory that makes wonderful baked goods like donuts, etc. Or you have some companies like Bobcat, which are scattered throughout the southeast region of North Dakota, right? They use automation, they use CAD drawings, they use computer science to help make those wonderful Bobcat implements that we see being used, especially during those colder months when someone's moving snow probably near the school, right? So again, those partners, they're also maybe part of your community as well. The next piece we look at is the technology infrastructure. So do you have a high-speed internet connection in your building? Do you have enough devices for your students to use? Are your teachers and administration trained on those tools as well to help make that happen? Now, the last piece here would be the teacher capacity and development. Where do you have your staff credentialed? Where are they trained? Are they comfortable in teaching computer science? So again, these are questions that this resource is going to ask your district to help see where you're at and where can you begin to grow and implement computer science as time goes on. Now, just know too that this script program isn't like a one size cookie cutter program. Every school district, every school building has its own system, has its own needs, but consider it to be like a foundation or a framework to help you identify what resources you need to be successful in setting your priorities and identifying needs to help integrate this into your district. So if you're interested in this computer science implementation tool, again called the script, you need to have a team of administrators, a school leader or two, maybe that's your principal or assistant principal, or heck, even that teacher who's the one you want to rub elbows with at the coffee pot in the morning just to get a little bit of a good vibe to help jumpstart your day. Okay. You can have teachers that also teach this or currently or maybe wanting to teach more of this, but also don't discredit your other teachers. For example, I was a physical education teacher during my time as uh, a teacher a few years back, but also your librarians, your art teacher, your counselor, your music teacher, they all can offer something to helping you develop and identify needs of this integration plan. Now, when you do this, you're going to also come up with what is a computer science vision. So, for example, what is your district value? What resources do you have? How can you begin to design this vision and begin implementing it? So, as an example, maybe your vision that you develop would state something as simple as helping prepare students for a more diverse and global society. Right? So if you break that sentence down, we're preparing our students for a life after high school. Society is always changing. Technology is becoming more and more diverse, as an example. But also those people that I work with, that I mentioned earlier, come from different and diverse backgrounds as well. So again, how can computer science help prepare a student for the world of further education or a career after high school? And once you begin to implement computer science, start to measure your impacts. What do you notice? I've led many a lesson across the state of North Dakota. Specifically, one story comes from the winter of 2022, where I was down at the Standing Rock Reservation, specifically in the Fort Yates Middle School, helping lead computer science a lesson during what is called the Hour of Code. And during that time, the students were fully engaged. They wanted to do more. They were really sad that the hour went by so fast, but it was something that those school teachers and administrators continued to do even after that day was done. So there was an impact made right there. So again, this is what you're working towards when you develop this vision plan. And lastly, here, know that your vision is going to impact these areas listed here on the screen. Do students enjoy this? What are we doing to help prepare them for a world of workforce or development? Do students help improve their competencies and literacies? As an example, those who write computer programming languages, such as JavaScript or Python, you have to be able to read and write it just like you would writing a research paper or article for your English teacher. You have to have proper syntax, which is capitalization and punctuation, to write those programs to make those things happen. And same thing there in the English classroom. If I'm going to write an article or an essay, I have to make sure I'm using the correct subject predicates, grammar, so on and so forth, to make sure that my ideas come through in a competent manner. But along with that, you're going to find that you're going to do some changes in your school improvement plan, right? How are you going to integrate this across? But along with that too, we're teaching students that it doesn't matter your background. It should be an equal opportunity for all, whether it's um, the resources you have in the classroom to what you have at home. Everybody should be able to learn this. Along with that, you'll also see students wanting to become more and more engaged. There are resources outside of the classroom that can help connect. There are free resources available that students can learn at their own time as well. So again, all of these impact areas here that you see listed on the screen are things that we want to work towards to help our students have the best success for finding a career, whether that's after high school or after graduating from college. Now, this last piece here about the SCRIPT program is that I want you to know is that my colleagues, again, are the facilitators. When we work with school districts, we don't just do this workshop and kind of say see you later. We actually want to check in with you at 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months to see how things are going. So as you begin to implement something, right, it's going to take a little bit of time. So you maybe start finding goals at 3 months to be identifying curriculum, identifying staff who maybe want to be credentialed or are already credentialed if they've taken things in the past. Then at 6 months, are you beginning to start adding more and more lessons in your district? And long-term goals, what does computer science look like in your district going forward? So again, we want to check in with you at 3, 6, and 12 months. Even after the 12-month goal has been reached, that check-in, we want to still hear from those districts. Right now in the state of North Dakota, we have a couple of districts that are wrapping up this year. They've gone through the workshop with us. We've done check-ins with them. They are making successes in the goals that they are achieving. There also have been a few goals that they've had to kind of change a little bit along the ways to help meet the goals of what's going on. And that's totally normal. So again, we want to work with you. We want to help you succeed. And this is, again, one of those tools to help you. So if you're interested in all this and helping with this implementation plan and getting things rolling, especially as the timeline nears of July 1 of, here's, again, as a reminder, here's a quick summary of the SCRIPT program. If you want to learn more about this program, take out your phone, scan the QR code there listed on your screen, fill out the simple Microsoft form, and somebody from my team will reach out to you with resources and schedule a meeting to talk more on how we can bring this to your district. Again, as a reminder, we are a code.org regional partner. Everything I said earlier, especially for the CS fundamentals course, we can come to your district to teach those. Again, CS Discoveries and Principles has a 5-day summer workshop, and you can look at enrolling in that here with the resources here at the end of the PowerPoint. Now, this is just newly announced. You can see there with the comment at the bottom of the screen, code.org has offered to help cover the cost of the SCRIPT training for your districts. So if that's something you're interested in, please use that email there on the right-hand side, outreach@code.org to find more, or scan the QR code today. Again, code.org wants to help you become successful in implementing computer science in your district. Now, along with that too, code.org is asking that if you want to be one of their district partners, that they will put you in contact with your regional partner, which will be us at EduTech, and we'll again come and connect with you to help make sure that computer science is helping be becoming that piece that is integrated into your classrooms. Lastly, here are the resources I've been mentioning. You can click on any of these hyperlinks in the shared slide deck that I gave you the link to at the very beginning of this presentation. I do also have a copy of this presentation with the North Dakota School Board Association team. So if by some chance something isn't working for you, reach out to them. They will give you an exact copy of this PowerPoint for you to explore. If you have any questions after today, please feel free to email me. My email address is listed on the bottom of the screen. My address is tyler.ward@k12.nd.us. Again, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And with that, I want to thank you for your time today. I appreciate you being here, listening to this presentation, and I hope that these resources that I've shared with you are able to help lead your school forward in integrating computer science. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day.